Mzansi Ballet will be showcasing the Abba Show, a Cinderella Story, at the Pieter Toerien Theatre in Montecasino. The show will be running from the 27th of May till the 19th of June. So the latest offering brings to life the classic story of timeless music, but a modern twist. So to tell us more about it, we're joined now by Dirk Badenhorst, who's the director of Mzansi Ballet, and dancer Joshua Williams. Thank you so much to the both of you for your time this morning. A very good morning to you. Perhaps let's start off with you, Dirk. I mean, this in itself has got two classics, Cinderella and Abba. You could never have picked a more, interesting, unique kind of combination. But talk to us a little bit about this production specifically.
So my mission always is to ensure that we bring as many new people to the theatre. And so bringing Cinderella, which is kids, and Abba, which is my age group and older, together into the theatre is what's causing our ticket sales to be soaring. It's incredible. And when I decided to do the Cinderella Story, we've done the Queen show before, and it was just dancing, but I wanted to have a story. And so the Cinderella Story, in the end, fits so perfectly with all of the music. So we have, when Cinderella comes back from the ball, we used one of the new ABBA songs, I Still Have Faith in Me, which is beautiful and sung by them. And then the prince is called Fernando. So at some stage, our fairy godmother is Brendan van Reyno, Catholic specific, and then he sings that song, Fernando. Exactly. And so it just works so beautifully. And it's a great setting, and Pieter Toerien Theatre and Montecasino is safe parking, but it's a beautiful cast, and it just works. So we've got a range of, some of the songs are the typical ABBA songs sung by ABBA, some of them are from the movie Mamma Mia, some of them are orchestral versions. So what we are dancing out with today is done to an orchestral version of one of the songs, Knowing Me, Knowing You. And then also we have, for the first time ever in South Africa, if not the world, a male dancer assuming the role of Cinderella. So it's not like the Trocaderos where we know there are men pretending to be women. Yeah. So he is transgendered, whatever it is in the storyline. So in the first act, he is a boy. And then the fairy godmother comes, and when he goes to the ball, he goes in what he wants to be. And the prince falls in love with that. So when the prince comes back, he arrives as a boy because he's back in the salon, and all of this takes place in a hair salon. And then the prince doesn't bat an eye, because I don't want to make this a crusade or anything. I just want to show this is one of the options. So we have 4 casts of Cinderella. 3 of them are female, 1 is male. And our men are from Cuba, are from South Africa, and there's a great mix of that. But it is a true first for South Africa, if not the world, where a male will assume the role of a female character throughout. Yeah. It's not a pantomime. It's just on point, doing everything, having to adapt to being on point, which he can talk more about.
Well, of course, I mean, this is obviously number one, looking to have a proper engagement around what we as society have termed as normal, and also looking at how do we even feature storytelling, and to what perspective is storytelling actually shifting? Are we still very marginalizing and segregating when it comes to the type of storytelling that we're doing? Why must there always be a handsome prince and the lady when society in itself is changing and changing significantly? And Joshua, this is where you come in, because you are Cinderella. Let's talk a little bit about your character.
So Cinderella, it's kind of based on the storyline, of the plot. Yeah. And as Dirk said in the beginning, I arrived as a boy, but he kind of wants to be a female and kind of have a more feminine side to him. And so there's a bit of the scene where I have my point shoes, and normally girls are the ones that are wearing point shoes and everything. But for me, that's where I have my point shoe and I take it, and I'm busy dreaming about what it's like to be there and in a tutu and in a dress and with the crown and everything. And fairy godmother makes that happen in the second act as well. And I mean, for me, it's just it's very inspirational to do that, because I've never seen a male sort of dance on point and in a tutu, and I think if I saw that with my younger self, I think I would have felt very inspired to see that and know that there are other possibilities for male dancers and what they can be. So it's very exciting for me.
And it's very moving that you would say this. Before I continue with this, Dirk, what are we watching right now? I am absolutely enamored by just the visual images that we are witnessing here in our studio. What beautiful dancing. Talk to us about the scene.
So this is the pas de deux at the ball between Cinderella and the prince. Our Cinderella in this particular instance is Shayna Dewey Lorerio, and she's partnered by Luanele Masisa. And the costumes are by David Hutt, choreography by Angela Reevy and Michael Reevy. And it's just the first time that they know that there is something special. And the music is, as I mentioned earlier, the orchestral version of Knowing Me, Knowing You. And so the whole ballet is a celebration of this incredible dancing, incredible music, but just a fun time to be had. I want people to understand that it is for everybody. And our weekends are almost sold out, which is fantastic. So we've also even put an extra show in on the 26th, the evening, where we have invited the audience to drag up.
That is beautiful.
So that they can be feeling like fairy godmother. Bring the lashes, bring the dresses. And we also have, in every show, is a bit of audience participation where we invite the audience to see who's the best dressed ABBA person in the audience. So Cathay Pacific and the audience will then choose, like in Pose, where there's a jury to choose who's the best dressed person, and they will win a little prize, a little crown. And so that's what it is all about. But I mean, the dances are exquisite.
Oh, they're exquisite. I'm just looking at the visual images. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I must say, you know, more than anything else, more than just enjoying dance as an art form, you are tackling societal issues that are very crucial and that are very pertinent in the times that we're living in. You are looking at the LGBTQI plus community. You are saying, come as you are, and this is not where you're going to feel as though you are different. This is where you're going to feel that you are part of a community. How important was it, Joshua, for you especially, to let that theme live through the music, through the dance, and through the storytelling through your body?
That's exactly. It's an honor, like, to be cast as Cinderella and to be doing that and to be like all inclusive. I think it's for all the little boys and like everyone out there that it's a night of like inclusiveness, and it's a night of dreaming and wishing and passion and love, and there's so much like going on. So it was really just for me also to have the music, to have that movement, and to do that storytelling. It's very liberating as well, because it's a side that I've never really tapped into like as much as well. So that was it's very new. It's a very new experience for me, and for being on point and everything like that. Like, as I said, I've never seen.
So
like,
men are not usually on point? No.
No.
Oh, it's what we're seeing right now. That's
Yes.
how usually a man would be.
Exactly.
So you now, I mean, you're sitting and you're already pointing. You've taken it to a whole new level. You're sitting and pointing, I must tell you. I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, it's just
Fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. No, but exactly. But I just feel so honored to be doing that, and to have that audience and to have that opening night where it's kind of just everybody just in drag and having that whole community together, which I've never really experienced as well. When it comes to like a performance, you know, it's usually like the male character and the female character, and there's no one really like crossing the borderlines of that. And so I think this ballet really does make it very inclusive, and to have a fairy godmother that's like in drag as well up on stage, it's just like it's so much love, it's so much passion, and I love doing it.
I wish I could stay here for a whole hour and just watch you people dance.
And so often we talk of the LGB, and we don't do the T2+X, and so I felt that it's necessary for us to include and be inclusive of that. And so I really urge our audiences to go to CompuTicket, go and buy the tickets for the Thursdays and the Wednesdays. Let's fill up the theatre. Let's also show the government that this is something worth supporting, and let's lift the 50% theatre audience attendance to make it full theatres again. Audiences that come to the ballet, wear their masks, are really, really good audiences. And I can't see why a plane can be full, why a restaurant can be full, why a nightclub can be full, but the theatre, only 50%. And it costs us so much money. And so we urge our government to relook that and say, no, let's open, let's be what we have to be. Let's get the theatres and let's get the country back to living. If you go to France, if you go to other countries, they don't wear masks, their theatres are full. why can't we? Let's do it.
Yeah, I absolutely hear you when it comes to that, because this also speaks significantly to the livelihoods that were especially lost during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so I 100% share in your sentiment. I've enjoyed some dancing. I've enjoyed watching you point while you're sitting down. This has certainly been a certain theatre for me, Joshua, as well. And all the best, I must say, all the best for your performance. I definitely look forward to seeing it. I look forward to seeing it. Dirk, thank you so much, as always.
Thanks for having us.
Another magical performance and a production that I'm sure will definitely get a lot of South Africans talking about the way in which we need to look at society as well as the way in which we tell stories. So thank you very much to the both of you, Joshua Williams as well as Dirk Badenhorst, who's the director of the Mzansi Ballet, giving us just a little bit of just a taste of what you can anticipate there.